Prime Field.
Welcome to Prime Field in the second episode of Gamecock Station, your home for in-depth stories on the South Carolina Gamecocks powerhouse. In the world of college basketball recruiting, certain names generate a buzz that's impossible to ignore. They are the game changers, the program shifters, the kind of talent that can elevate a team from a contender to a dynasty. Today we turn our focus to one such athlete, a player whose journey from the courts of Ontario to the pinnacle of high school basketball has culminated in one of the most anticipated commitments of the year. We're talking about Agot Makeer, the five-star phenom who has the entire women's basketball world watching. Get ready to discover the story of a player who isn't just a recruit. She's a declaration of intent, a sign of what's to come for one of the nation's powerhouse programs. This is the story of a unicorn poised to take center stage. Every great journey has a starting point. For Agot Makeer, that point was Thunder Bay, Ontario. It was here, far from the traditional hotbeds of American basketball, that the foundations of a future superstar were laid. Playing for Crestwood Prep, Makeer didn't just participate, she dominated. She wasn't just a scorer or a rebounder, she was the heart and soul of her team, a leader who elevated everyone around her. The stat line from her time there is impressive enough, averaging a staggering 19.3 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 2.8 assists per game. But numbers only tell part of the story. The true testament to her impact came when the stakes were highest. Leading Crestwood Prep to an Ontario Scholastic Basketball Association championship, she earned MVP honors, a clear signal that she thrived under pressure and was destined for a much larger stage. To be the best, you have to compete against the best. Following her triumphant run in Ontario, Agot Makeer understood this principle perfectly. Her next move was a calculated step up in competition, a decision to test her skills in the crucible of American high school basketball. She transferred to the prestigious Montverde Academy in Florida, a veritable factory for elite athletic talent. The transition wasn't without its challenges. Facing some injury setbacks could have derailed a lesser player. But for Makeer, it became an opportunity to showcase a different, yet equally vital aspect of her character: resilience. Despite the adversity, she continued to produce, averaging a solid 10 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 2.7 assists. More importantly, she demonstrated a high basketball IQ and a remarkable adaptability, proving she could contribute in multiple ways even when not at full strength. This period at Montverde was crucial. It hardened her, sharpened her, and prepared her for the bright lights of top-tier college basketball. With a resume boasting a Canadian championship and a successful stint at an American powerhouse, it was no surprise that Agot Makeer became one of the most sought-after recruits in the nation. The blue bloods of women's basketball came calling, each presenting a compelling vision for her future. Programs like the legendary UConn, with its storied history of championships, and a formidable Michigan State team were deep in the running. The recruiting world was abuzz with speculation. Where would the number 4 ranked player in the ESPN class of 2025 choose to write her next chapter? The decision was more than just picking a school. It was about finding the perfect ecosystem to nurture her immense talent and a culture that aligned with her ambitions. The pressure mounted as fans and analysts eagerly awaited her announcement. In the end, it was the University of South Carolina that won the Agot Makeer sweepstakes. The commitment sent waves through the collegiate sports landscape and immediately begged the question, why the Gamecocks? The answer, in large part, can be summarized in 2 words: Dawn Staley. The legendary coach's hands-on approach to recruiting and her proven track record of developing players into superstars were pivotal. Makeer spoke of the genuine relationship she built with Staley and her staff, a connection that felt authentic and went far beyond mere basketball. It was the promise of being pushed in a relentlessly competitive environment, day in and day out, that resonated with her. She saw a program that didn't just talk about winning, but was actively building a dynasty. And she felt an undeniable pull to be a part of that legacy. Agot Makeer's commitment to South Carolina wasn't just a win, it was a perfect strategic fit. Coach Dawn Staley's system thrives on a specific brand of player, long, athletic, and versatile. Makeer is the embodiment of that philosophy. Standing at 6'1", she possesses the length to disrupt passing lanes and contest shots from multiple positions, from guard to forward. The Gamecocks style of play often pairs a dominant interior presence with skilled, creative wings who can defend, handle the ball, and score from all three levels. This is where Makeer is expected to shine. Her ability to stretch the floor with her shooting will create space for South Carolina's post players, while her athleticism makes her a constant threat in transition. She's not a player who needs to have an offense built around her. Rather, she's the versatile weapon that makes the entire offensive and defensive scheme more dynamic and unpredictable. The term unicorn is often thrown around in sports, but in Agot Makeer's case, it feels particularly apartment. Her unique blend of size, skill, and athleticism makes her a matchup nightmare for opponents. Let's break down the components that make her such a special prospect. Offensively, she is a true 3-level scorer. She has the quickness and handle to get to the rim, a smooth mid-range game, and the range to be a consistent threat from beyond the arc. Defensively, her length and basketball IQ are game changers. She can effectively guard smaller, quicker players on the perimeter, and is strong enough to hold her own against forwards in the post. This defensive versatility is a priceless commodity in the modern game, allowing her coach to deploy creative and switch-heavy defensive schemes. It is this rare ability to impact every facet of the game on both ends of the floor that truly sets her apart. Expectations for Agot Makeer's freshman season are, to put it mildly, immense. Experts aren't talking about her as a player who will need a year or two to develop, and they see her as an immediate impact contributor. With South Carolina expecting to lose key starters to graduation, there's a clear opportunity for a player of her caliber to step in and compete for significant playing time from day one. Some analysts have even floated the possibility of her being an All-American as a freshman, a testament to just how polished her game already is. She brings a level of readiness and maturity that is rare, and her competitive fire, honed in championship games and elite high school environments, means she won't be intimidated by the bright lights of the SEC. The pressure will be on, but all signs indicate that Agot Makeer is built to handle it. A single elite recruit can change the perception of a program for a season, but a player like Agot Makeer does more. She elevates an entire recruiting class. Her commitment was the centerpiece that vaulted South Carolina's 2025 class into ESPN's top 25 ranking. Her presence creates a domino effect. It signals to other top recruits that South Carolina is the place to be, a program with the firepower to compete for national titles year after year. This addition of serious length and versatility to their wing and forward positions addresses a key need and ensures the Gamecocks will continue to have a deep and talented roster. She's not just a player for the present, she's a cornerstone for the future, a foundational piece around which championships can be built. From Thunder Bay to Montverde and now to Columbia, South Carolina, the trajectory of Agot Makeer's career has been on a constant upward climb. Each step has been preparation for this moment. She arrives at a premier SEC program not just as a highly touted prospect, but as a player ready to embrace the challenge of helping a powerhouse program chase back-to-back national championships. Her blend of elite talent, proven resilience, and a seamless fit within a championship culture marks her as a special once-in-a-generation player. The journey is far from over. In many ways, it's just beginning. The 5-star unicorn is ready to dominate. And for fans of the South Carolina Gamecocks and women's basketball alike, the future is incredibly bright. The next chapter is about to be written, and everyone will be watching.
Prime Field